I enrolled in the Digital Teaching and Learning program after much hesitation. I was hired at Elsinore High School as an intern English teacher in March of 2009. I finished my credential program the week I gave birth to my second daughter. I spent the summer taking care of her and not thinking about my master's degree. I began the following school year in a blur. 9 weeks goes by fast. After somehow surviving the school year, I started talking to my family about continuing my education and obtaining a master's degree. I really wanted a master's degree in English, but was discouraged by the difficulty in finding a reputable and convenient school that offered it. I then figured I would just get a degree in education. It seemed to be the only logical option for a pay raise, but I was frustrated. I didn't want to spend that much money in college and get a degree in a subject I've already learned so much about. I wanted something different. I talked to a friend who had just finished her master's in digital teaching and learning. I told her I didn't think a degree in technology would seem valid in years to come with how quickly it changes. She helped me realize that any subject changes and evolves, not just technology. She also pointed out how different the program was. My favorite part was that at the end of the program you get to create a unit plan that you can actually use. That was far more appealing than any master's thesis could ever be. I really wanted to be able to not only move up on the pay scale at work, but actually learn something new. I am frequently on the computer and am fascinated by it. After much prayer and discussion with my family, I finally decided that a degree in digital teaching and learning from Azusa Pacific was for me. Completing this degree means more than a pay raise. It's an accomplishment of the highest level, especially considering all that I'm going through while working to complete my degree. I think if I can handle this, I can handle anything. I feel good about my growth and what I've learned, and I'm looking forward to implementing new ideas in my classroom. For my capstone project, I was told I should choose a subject I know a lot about and love. Instead, I took a more challenging path. I chose to create a unit on the Shakespeare play Romeo and Juliet. I chose this topic because I currently teach English 9 and have since I got hired. Every year when I teach Shakespeare in second semester, I dread it. I feel like the students don't enjoy reading Shakespeare. I wanted to make that change. I wanted to create a unit that integrates technology and exciting lesson plans in order to get the students more involved in the text. Since the students must read a Shakespeare play all 4 years of high school, it is obvious that I needed to place more emphasis on the importance of understanding it. By breaking down my unit in the following way, I feel that the students will not only understand the text, but they can truly enjoy it. My unit begins with an anticipatory set. I will show a PowerPoint presentation with several questions listed that students can agree or disagree with. These questions have to do with the subjects in Romeo and Juliet, such as, is love more important than family? The students move to opposing sides of the room depending on whether they agree or disagree. One student from each side will be asked to state their reasons for agreeing or disagreeing. I will then discuss how these subjects relate to the text. This gets the students finding a parallel to their lives and the lives of the characters in the play. After the debate is finished, students will go to their desks and write a persuasive paragraph, which clarifies and defends their opinions with precise and relevant evidence, including facts and logical reasoning. Students will also need to be familiar with the literary devices that are used in the play. The students will complete a closed-style activity in order to familiarize themselves with these terms. That way they can recognize and identify them as we read. They will then begin to familiarize themselves with the background information related to the Renaissance and the Elizabethan era. Students will use a computer lab to do background research on Shakespeare's life and times. They are given specific topics to research and will be given a handout to complete. With all of this background information provided, they will surely be ready and excited to begin reading the play. Next, the students will read and translate the prologue to the play. They will be translating line by line to construct the meaning of the words. When it is broken down in this way, the language is not so scary. The prologue essentially tells the reader what will happen in the play so the students can anticipate each action as it occurs. They are also told that a masquerade ball scene will be coming up, so they are encouraged to make masks to bring in for extra credit. These masks are to be worn during the reading of that scene. The students love to wear masks. It makes them feel like they can be a different person. The students are also given scene summary sheets. These sheets are what they will fill out when they are reading. They translate and summarize each scene after we read it and draw a picture of the key action. When we read, I use the iPod and the free text reading from the iTunes U and press pause when I need to clarify or ask comprehension questions. This way, the students can avoid always having to read the text out loud. This works great, especially at first when they are intimidated by the language of Shakespeare. Throughout the reading, students will not only be summarizing the scenes, but they will be taking down quotes in their quote journals. Quote journals are great because the students can use the quotes later in their literary response essay. The essay topic for this unit is Who is most at fault for Juliet's death? As they read, they make connections to their final essay product. It is evident they are making these connections when I hear them making comments such as, "Wow, Juliet's dad is at fault because he's so pushy when he tries to make Juliet marry Paris. It totally made her flee into Romeo's arms." I will also allow students to read some of the scenes as we read. I choose the scenes that are less difficult and have them act them out. The students get really involved when they are given this opportunity, and it makes them feel confident. Some other fun activities that we do are creating a MySpace page for the characters in the play. This teaches characterization and is a great way to identify the characters in the text. We also use test prep questions to assess their understanding. They'll take words such as trace, analyze, infer, and evaluate to formulate questions and answers about the text. This serves a secondary purpose in preparing students for exams such as the CSTs. This is because this unit is typically taught during the testing season. I am thrilled to have had the opportunity to have created this unit. I think it will benefit me for years to come, and I look forward to implementing it in my English 9 classes.